everybody, it's Bryan, and you are listening to the Course Building Secrets podcast. Whether you're a coach or a CEO, the success of your team and clients is based on your ability to deliver a consistent experience and guide them on the fastest path to results. This podcast will give you practical, real-life tips that you can use today to build your online experiences that get results and create raving fans. Why? So you can monetize your expertise and serve more people without adding more time or team to your business. If you're looking to uncover your $1 million framework, package it, and use it to scale, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Hello, online empire builders. In today's episode, I want to talk about the concept of not being able to read the label from inside the bottle. All right, so what in the heck does that mean? So often as we are growing our businesses or just really moving into sort of that next level of success, what starts to happen is there's a lack of clarity, right? Like think about the last time that you had to transition into something that wasn't within your comfort zone, which was maybe just looking at like, okay, so I've grown to this size, I've gotten where I am by, sometimes just, sheer determination and will, right? But you get to a certain level in your business and you have to look at things differently. You have to look through a different lens. You have to sometimes have help looking at, the outside of the bottle, right? The label, because you're too close to it. You're too ingrained in the day-to-day. You're too ingrained in how things have always been done. And so there's so much growth and clarity in really being able to step out of that and look at how do you think differently? How do you get to that next level? Because what got you here isn't necessarily what's going to get you there, right? So I want to talk a little bit about this. One of the things that I love, and we do this in our business, and I have also done this, personally as I'm continuing to grow my business, is looking at VIP days. And a VIP day is literally where you're working with someone and they're focused completely 100% on you, your business, and what sort of the challenges that you're having, maybe that lack of clarity, maybe the lack of ability of seeing how it all fits together, and the focus completely on helping you sort of knock down that particular hurdle or obstacle. And so, I love thinking about, how do you work through kind of that particular place that we often find ourselves in. And if you haven't found yourself there, you will at some point, right? But usually it happens like at the beginning, right? You have an idea, you want to move forward. You think that you have what it takes, but you're not exactly sure how to structure it, how to put it together, how to get all of the things out of your head into something that would help other people, right? In terms of a business, it happens when you get to a certain place of growth in your business. I remember when I reached sort of that 7-figure mark in my business, and I got to that place where I was like, okay, what I'm doing is great, but it's not scalable. It's not sustainable. I was, sort of burnt out and working, trying to just work harder instead of looking at how do I get to that next level of growth? Because it's not like, at that point, it's not how hard you work. It's about finding the right people. It's about putting the right systems in place. It's about really looking at what you're doing in your business and what needs to be up-leveled in order to take it to that next place. And so again, like each stage of growth, you kind of go through this place of how do I move forward and what do I do? And, I remember when I was going through this at that level of growth, I remember going out and trying to find the answers. I read a ton of books. I followed lots of gurus who were saying, oh, just do this and do that, and you'll be able to go from, $1 million a year to $1 million a month, and it's going to be great. And it's super easy. And so they would share their experience and kind of how they did it. But the problem is I couldn't ever really connect it to what I was doing and my purpose and my why and how I helped people. And so I kept trying to sort of acquire their skills, acquire their ways of doing things, and it never quite worked. And I took lots of missteps and made some mistakes, of course, along the path. And it really took until I sort of walked away, sort of like took a break, for me to come back and have that level of clarity of how do I get to that next place? What do I want to be doing? And ultimately, at the end of the day, one of the key factors of helping me was, I sort of had this idea that, the reason I'm doing this is because I want to make an impact, because I love helping people overcome their various limitations and challenges as they move forward in helping their people. And so I knew that was the thing, but I didn't quite know how to translate that into what's the next step for me. What's that kind of bigger place that I should be showing up out there. I just knew that it was there. And I'll just share with you, I did a VIP day with someone just the other day, because I knew that one of the traps I had was how all of the things that I was doing connected to who I was and the purpose of why I'm here on this planet, right? So for those of you who this is way too kind of big picture, just work with me, because one of the key things around this is just really having that ability to work with somebody who can see you and see your vision and see what needs to be done in a personalized way, right? So when you're working with somebody one-on-one, they're totally focused on you. They're not sort of putting their methodology on you, right? They may have an approach or a way of doing things, but they're totally focused on you, what your challenges are, and how to help you sort of get out of being inside that bottle, because that's the biggest challenge that we all have, is we're just too close to our thing, whatever that is. So I knew that I needed that piece of that connection between what I'm super passionate about, why I'm passionate about it, and how that connects to me creating a bigger movement around what I'm doing, because I do have a really large why. And as you probably have guessed already, if you've been in business for any certain length of time, is that being in business is a long game, right? It's not fast. It's not something that is sustainable if you're just out there looking for a ton of money, or you want to just churn and burn your people, right? That's exhausting, and it's not actually going to fulfill you or anyone that you're working with. And so that's why most of the time people have sort of this burning desire or this why. So if you feel like, Holly, you know what, I just, this won't go away. I work with so many people who are like, you know what, I need to move forward because I just keep thinking about it. It just keeps coming up for me. It won't go away. It won't leave me alone. It's a dream or vision that I have for how I can show up and help people. And so I have to do something about it, right? They have no idea what to do, but they know that it's not going away. That is that burning desire, that why, that purpose that you have to show up and help other people. And so anyway, so I'm working with this woman, and she's sort of walking me through, some exercises to figure out, that sort of, for me, the bigger purpose. And it was fascinating because we found it almost immediately. And so it was fascinating to see how that whole process works. And all that was needed was somebody to come in who wasn't in my brain, right? Sometimes I feel like my brain's really messy. To come in, see the pattern of what I was saying, how I was showing up, and where it all connected, and say, look, this is that connection point. This is that place where this all stems from. And what an awesome gift to be able to step into that, own that, and make that happen. So if you're in that place where things are a little bit fuzzy, you're not sure how to get to the next step, maybe things aren't working exactly how you thought they were going to when you first started, or maybe you're just new in your journey, and you're not exactly sure how to get all of that stuff out and into a framework, into a process that is clear, that helps you help other people, I highly recommend, hiring someone else to help come in and just be your sort of outside filter that helps you sort of navigate through that mess. Because the minute you have that clarity is when everything starts to fall into place, and you don't just walk or crawl to the next level, but you run to the next level. And so I'm just telling you, it makes a huge impact. If you want to try this just by yourself without, that third person, let me give you a couple of tips that you can use to get started. The very first thing is you have to just get it all out. And so, I recommend taking a bunch of Post-it notes. So go get some colored Post-it notes and just start writing all of the things that are swirling around in your head, the how you can help people, and, sort of what that passion, or sort of just that need that you have to help looks like. Sometimes it's taking your expertise, the career, the vocation that you've had for your entire life, and saying, I can give back to people who are learning this, who want to be successful in this field or with this skill. Other times it's a greater vision, that something that has happened to you that's transformed. Perhaps you've been on a weight loss journey, right? You weren't healthy, and your whole life was transformed when you changed your lifestyle so you could show up in a different way, and you want to give that skill, that mindset to other people. Maybe it's just this burning desire to help moms, for example, be able to thrive with their kids and in a career and not have to choose between the two, right? Those are deep-seated, it's sort of purpose-driven businesses that you can start. So the very first thing that you need to do, though, is get all of your ideas out of your head, all of the steps, all of the different various ways that you feel like you can help them, and then the details of that. If you get it out of your head and you just put it out, I have a sliding glass door in my office, and so I will just write out just sort of random stream of thinking Post-its, put it up there, and then you can just look at it after you've done that and start to, look at the patterns, look at how things fit together, look at how it all is structured, and see what starts to come out from there. And what starts to happen is you're able to take some steps forward because you can see, sort of looking at that person's journey. Like if you think about the weight loss journey, where did you start and where did you end, and how, can you help somebody see the path that they need to go on as well in order to get to that level of success, right? So just that's a very first thing that you need to do, is just get it all out of your head. And again, sometimes it's easy to do that. And, there are people who can do that no problem. And sometimes it's harder, and sometimes it's more murky. For me, when I was looking at, what is my brand story? What is my big purpose? That big aha that happened for me, I knew I needed some help framing that, because I had some sort of mind trash. If you know what I'm talking about, that it starts to exist in a lot of different ways. So I had some stuff in my way, and so I didn't have that clarity. I was in the bottle, and all the things that I was trying to create were outside of the bottle, and it was fuzzy and hazy, and I couldn't see very well. And so I knew I needed someone else to come in and give me a filter and a structure and listen to what I had to say, and pinpoint some of the patterns that I just couldn't see myself. I knew the Post-it note wasn't going to work. I needed that next level of support. And so, but that's the place to start, right? Just try and sort of what's your purpose? What's your direction? How can you help somebody? And then what are the steps that they need to do that? And that gets you in the game. Then, I would say that the second thing, if you're in growth mode, if you're in a place where you're trying to scale or do something in it and you've never done it before, one of the things I absolutely recommend is to, have somebody help you, find a guide, find a mentor, somebody that can help help you. And when you're looking, make sure that there is an opportunity for you to have a personalized, look at how they can help you. Not just like follow my methodology and then you're going to be good, but like, how do you dig into sort of your particular situation, your particular mess, and then apply what they're doing to what is the personalized path or sort of game plan for you as you're moving forward. Because while yes, there are some fundamental things that are the same, everyone kind of comes in from a different place. So I absolutely recommend doing that. In the next episode, I'm actually going to share with you that purpose, that why, that this session provided clarity for me on. And so you can see how this all starts to come together when you can see outside of the bottle, right? You can see how it all starts to fit together, have that clarity, and then the sky's the limit, right? Because you're ready to move on to that next level. All right, there you go. That is my course building tip for today.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode. The best thing you can do is to take action on an idea or tip that resonated with you. To help you take action, I have a free gift for you that you can download in the show notes. During each episode, we publish an action plan worksheet and other helpful takeaways from our speakers in the Course Building Secrets Creators Lab. To register for free, click on the link in the show notes. Enjoy! Hey everybody, are you a business owner ready to streamline and scale your business? Imagine solving the biggest business challenges with clarity, a strategy, and a clear plan. Hey, I'm Bryan, and I want to invite you to take the first step towards transforming your business with a free 30-minute discovery call. This call is an opportunity to discuss your goals, identify key challenges, and learn how my mentorship program can help you achieve the success you're aiming for. In just a half hour, we'll explore how you can scale your business by enhancing your authority strategy, engagement strategy, and retention strategy. You'll get personalized advice and a clear path forward. Ready to take the first step? Click on the link below that's in the show notes to book your free discovery call now. I hope to talk to you soon.